There's a lot of buzz about India. India stands out as a bright spot in the global economy today. And most people feel that the current indications are, if at all, it's going to improve. And therefore, India becomes a natural recipient of a lot of attention and consequently a lot of investment. People want GST to be implemented quickly because it's a hassle-free mode of taxation, and it gives a great fillip to the economy. Taxation is one area where over the last several years, India had earned a bad name by an ultra-aggressive policy on taxation. And now there is a realization both within, and it is part of my job to convey it to the body of investors, that India's taxation system is going to be non-adversarial. If there is a monetary easing in the United States, it will impact on the whole world. And I can't say that India will remain unaffected by it, but our preparedness and our strength of our economy to face such a situation is far stronger now. People do expect interest rates to moderate down further, so do I. And I'm sure with inflation under control, the RBI as a very responsible institution will apply itself to it.
My biggest concern for India is that it is a really terrible place to do business. And it ranks as one of the 4 or 5 worst places to set up a new company in the world, and also ranks as one of the worst places for a company to go through bankruptcy. I think those 2 poles are very important to get right. It should be just very clear what the tax rules are, what they aren't, and have an assumption that every rule will be enforced.
I am surprised that they haven't been able to get control of tax policy. The issue of GAR has been an overhang for 4 or 5 years now. And now they're talking about MAT. And now I was reading about some other way of defining taxes due in India for foreign investors. And that kind of uncertainty makes many investors nervous.
For the market to continue to move up, the stock market to continue to move up, more will have to happen. Unless we see that, you're not going to see the market move to the next level. I think few people appreciate the role that private equity has. It's actually remarkably similar, but I think more valuable than multinationals. They too establish factories or businesses with large employment numbers as multinationals do, but I think they can come in faster than multinationals, and so for the country, that's the group to really woo.
Taxation issues. That has been much put to rest, I have to say, the way Finance Minister has assured the investors that those issues will not be raised again. When the investors come in, the first thing that they look at is how quickly they can set up the shop in the country. So Finance Minister has also put a mechanism to say that how we are cutting the processes, making it more business friendly, investor friendly.
Investors are very prepared to wait a little longer, but the words I heard being expressed over and over again was they want predictability, they want stability, and they want clarity in our policies and various reforms processes. They want us to walk the talk. Basically, they like the talk, but they want us to walk the talk.
There's much more of a sense now that this is not going to be a transformation, but an evolution, as it must be. So the mood today is one of cautious optimism. I do believe that India is still a very good investment destination. So I'm not sure whether the reforms that have happened thus far, the new reforms, are really breakthrough enough to bring new sectors in a big way. I think the second issue is that global companies are really concerned about the inconsistency of our tax regime, and they will wait to see clarity on that.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.